This type of con is what you see in movies.
His guys had come in, they, in my opinion, destroyed our basement.
Absolutely unacceptable. Like, that's just stupid. Really bad work. We are talking over $300,000 taken from this family alone.
Is devastating.
We're gonna take it all down and do it again. Oh, righteous. I'll make it right. I'm taking this show to a whole new level. This fan-favorite episode of Holmes Makes It Right has been retooled. I'll take a deeper dive into construction issues and provide you, the viewers, with even more valuable and pragmatic takeaway, as well as never-before-seen footage. So let's make it right. Janice and George bought this house a few years ago. Nice neighborhood, really nice neighborhood. Good family people. Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
Come
You
on
must
in.
be Janice.
I am.
I'm Mike. Nice to meet you.
Mike?
George.
I guess our deal started about 5 to 7 years ago.
Nice place.
Thank you. We met a particular family through our kids, Rep Sports, and we became very close with this family.
Oh, nice big basement.
They approached us and asked us if we'd be interested in buying into their construction business.
He was very charming. He would make you laugh, and he would say the right things.
When we looked at all the financial statements, everything financially worked out.
Did you buy shares?
We bought 37% of the business for basically $300,000. And at that point, $100,000 of that was supposed to be used to renovate the house. His guys had come in, they, in my opinion, destroyed our basement. The first questions we asked him were, when he started doing stuff, is where are your permits? You know, because we wanted the walls taken out. We needed the structural engineers to come down, architects.
Let me guess. I'm just going to do a little bit of work. We'll get the permits. Don't worry, I'll work with you. Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
A contractor saying, don't worry about getting permits, is the first red flag that crap is going to happen. Starting structural work without researching local permitting requirements is the biggest mistake. Why? Because permits are required for a reason. It's the law. Permits make sure building codes are met by following safety and structural standards. Why would anyone want to compromise the safety of their family by cutting corners? Permits are also a lasting record of all the work that's been done to your home, including inspections. If you don't get permits, I guarantee it will cost you more money in the long run if you get caught or run into structural issues. When renovating, I always say, document everything. If you decide to sell someday, you'll have a good record of what's been done, and that sets your house head and shoulders above the competition. So, get permits, put them in your window, make it right. We are talking over $300,000 taken from this family alone, and a total of over $15 million for more than 40 families by one man. I have never heard of a contractor fraud game like that in my life.
Doesn't make me feel good.
No. I'm never. This means this guy was such a pro. I mean, this is something you see in movies.
To be living such a comfortable lifestyle one day and then the next day to realize all your savings and everything that you've done to create that comfortable lifestyle for your family to be gone. It is absolutely humiliating. It's brutal.
He was charged with fraud, or he was investigated for fraud?
Yes, he committed suicide before the police actually charged him.
Did anyone get their money back, to your knowledge?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Wow.
Not
Nobody.
one person.
That's gotta hurt.
Janice and I are both police officers. And you would think that being police officers, we would be right on top of everything that we should be.
It's a huge professional embarrassment. It's huge.
I'd like to think policemen are bulletproof, but no one's bulletproof. Come on. This family has been devastated financially, emotionally. They put their trust and faith into someone that was a friend who took them to the cleaners. He's opened this up. I can clearly see, I can see a cut in the floor joist that somebody's run some plumbing.
That's all his work. All this deconstruction, in fact, was done by him. We were having an issue where there was water leakage through the cold cellar into the basement, which was all supposed to be taken care of. We'd gone away for a week, and when we came back, it was all drywalled. He said he spray foamed it, and it was finished the way it is finished right now.
How odd. Every single house I work on, it starts with a water leak. Well, it started with a water leak in the cold room. So this is where the water came in. But I gotta tell you, do you ever take a cold room and put drywall up?
No.
It's a cold room. It's not mechanically controlled by your furnace.
Right.
So there's no heat in here. There's no air running here. It should be concrete and concrete only. That bothers me.
Okay.
That'll mold like crazy. Has it leaked since he did this?
Oh, yeah.
So we have a wood-burning fireplace. You know, I'm not a big fan of wood-burning fireplaces. Even though it's great if power goes out and you can throw some logs in, I'm totally against a wood-burning area that's not closed off, because you're losing heat.
Oh.
So I like natural gas. Let's close it off. Let's make it environmentally friendly. Don't lose heat to your home going out, and burning wood isn't the best thing you can do anyway. Okay, let's take a look in here. He studded these walls, insulated and prepped to finish, correct? Where's that window? I don't see daylight.
No, there's a deck there.
Okay. Usually I don't like seeing that. It's not like you can't, but I don't like seeing that. Your panel's loaded at this point from what I'm seeing, and this is the extent of the work he's done. Okay, so I'll look further. I mean, so far I'm seeing structurally everything seems to be okay. Okay, you got your own little tool room. I like to see that. We have junction points. Why do we have junction points? He did it?
Yeah, because he ran some wire in the other room here.
Don't tell me he did that.
I told him there was issues with the
Humidifier.
And this is what the conclusion was. I said to him, how am I supposed to change this down the road? He said, you never would have to.
Now you got me really nervous. Okay, what am I seeing here in plumbing? I'm seeing an 1.5 inch tie into a 3-inch. Absolutely unacceptable. It's not going to work that way. You do not do that. Electrical. Who the hell does this? Why is this cut?
I don't know.
There's the box right here. Oh, my God. So he butchers things and throws it in afterwards. Why don't my pipes bang?
Because we were so close with this family, we let certain things slide.
They missed all the red flags. They missed them all, leaving garbage in the basement, cutting and splicing, doing things without them knowing. Here's a bathroom. This is an old bathroom, I could tell by looking at it. Who did that?
He did.
Is this your fridge upstairs?
Yep.
You gotta be kidding me. Like, that's just stupid. Absolutely, there's no way you can finish this. Not one person was talented enough to even do this right in this house. The only talent that I see was the con to take money. Really bad work. Really, really, he did all. Thank God he didn't touch much. Because everything he's touched, there's not one thing I've seen correct. You are so lucky he did not finish your basement, because it would be so much work to fix. The least I can do is try and give them back some of their self-esteem and some of their confidence and maybe trust that they had for someone else. I'm taking this all down. We're gonna inspect absolutely everything. We're gonna fix absolutely everything. With you, I'd love to talk to you on what your future dreams are that you see in your basement. They don't have any more money. This was all the money they had. He took their future.
You could just see the water pouring in from the ceiling, and it was running down the walls and on the bottom. And standing down there with Janice, all I thought was, when is this gonna end? The consistent reminder of having to see the way he has left us. Oh my God, it drives me nuts.
Nice weather's finally here. Today's gonna be a good day. What I'd like to do is you guys start in the basement, rip down the walls, the rest of the drywall on the ceiling, pull out the insulation. Let's take a look at the foundation. I'm gonna be working in the cold room. I wanna pull up the stones today just to take a quick look to see where the water's coming in, what they did in changes, and we'll know whether or not we need to dig a hole. You ready? Let's do this.
We're just in the demo day here. We're looking for any water leaks, any other issues, structure issues that we can find in here. The drywall's pretty beat up and half the demo's been done for us, but we're gonna finish it off, clean it up, pull the nails, make it safe, and then we start building new.
One of the reasons I was called in here was that there was a leak in the cold room, which they turned into a hot room. I'm gonna rip it down and see why it's leaking. Somebody went to an extreme. They've actually put up a open cell spray foam.
That was nice of them, eh?
That was really nice of them to spray foam it. I mean, I love it. You never insulate a cold room. As a matter of fact, never put anything in a cold room that can mold. Ooh, that sounded hollow. Supposedly, there's a window hiding. I'm gonna see if I can find that window. I have an idea where it might be. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. Dummies, who does this? This is underground. To close that window in is a very foolish thing. We have to have air in a cold room. That's it. There's no heating, no ventilation. So you have to, by code, have outside air coming in to keep it from going stale, from molding. Just keep fresh air in the room. That's the whole rule here. I'm gonna pull up some interlocking stone at the front door, and I guarantee we're gonna see no caulking where the concrete meets the house. You don't see cold rooms in basements much anymore, but they can be an energy-efficient way to preserve food and provide extra storage for non-perishables. So, what does a cold room need? Concrete walls, floor, and ceiling, because concrete is porous and allows moisture and air to move through it easily. Don't insulate the walls of the cold room. The air needs to stay cold and moist. No wooden shelves. Pick something like plastic shelving that doesn't mold. The door to the cold room must be an exterior insulated door with weather stripping at the base, because you don't want the cold air transferring through the rest of your basement. And finally, make sure the room is vented to the outside. If you're gonna go to the trouble of having a cold room, do it right. Well, you know, the concrete pad is right here because it's dropped down in front of it. The window is on the high wall right here. It's full of earth.
Looking in the basement, there's an electrical outlet right there. But in the basement, too, around this bay, there was still a lot of water sitting at the top of the foundation where the brick meets.
Well, how many times do I tell people, don't put shrubs by your window? What do you do?
Yeah, maybe.
Water it. You're watering the house. I'm just gonna pull this back just so we can see the window.
Okay.
Oh, righteous.
Perfect.
Well, looks like they had an in-ground sprinkler. That's ridiculous. It's a window well. That is freaking brilliant. Now, that window is in rough shape. One thing you don't do is close up a window well where there's a window. You don't close that in. That window was the function of the air inside the cold room. We need that fresh air coming in. The other issue is because they brought up everything against the house. Here, right here, is the foundation wall. And by code, we want to leave at least 6 to 8 inches of foundation exposed. It's all that moist earth against the house that will ruin the brick. When we're ready, we'll pull up the rest of this, figure out how we're gonna change it all, and how we're gonna dress it back up again, and keep the window. There's a reason for taking everything down. I'm not gonna just come in and put in some lipstick, mascara, and make it look like a beautiful basement. We take it all down, we start again. Why? Run all new electrical, run new plumbing, and when we do a basement, we do it right the first time. Now that almost everything is down, it was quite easy. We did it all in one day, exposed that we have a window in the cold room. If you look around to every single window, we can see that every window in the basement has what we call a dirt zone. It shows that for whatever reason, the window wells were filling with water and cascading through the old windows coming down the wall. All of the windows have been replaced and supposedly stopped the water from coming in. And we really don't know that because there was walls up, there was insulation up, you can't see it. But what I am going to do is these windows are a little bit on the cheaper side, new windows. We're gonna replace the hot water heater, and we're gonna do this for a reason. This exhaust has been known over the years to actually take families out because if it can leak inside the house, you fall asleep, you never wake up again. So we're gonna do it the safe way. We're gonna do a direct duct outside, and that's the only reason we're replacing it. Other than it's a little bit small, we're gonna put in a bigger unit. We're probably gonna keep the bathroom at this point here, redesign the whole basement. It's a big basement, but this is where we come in, rip out all the bad stuff that the contractors came in to do. These are the guys that took about $15 million from all the wonderful families in this neighborhood.
Looking forward into the future, there's nothing more satisfying knowing that this is gonna be completed and we can finally appreciate our entire house. We looked into all the financial aspects of the business, but we never actually looked at the practical aspect of it.
Go talk to the homeowners. Man, did he start on time? Did he finish on time? Was he courteous? Was he clean? Did he charge you more money at the end you didn't expect? You talk to everyone. If you're gonna invest that kind of money into someone, you wanna know who he is, where he goes, how good of a worker he is, and what everyone thinks about him. It's the first thing you should have done. That first, I'm sorry.
As you can see, we're down to the bare bones here. We're starting to put everything back together. We got pretty lucky here as a small demo. The guys are starting behind me before another crew comes behind them with the framing. This is gonna be our main living area here. Transition past a double-sided fireplace. We've got our theater room on this side, which will be nice. Finish that with a nice TV. Adam's here, he's installing a small bar area. We're gonna use this area, a little bit entertaining. They like to have people over. We have our furnace room on the left. We still have our under the stair storage on the right. And in here, we're relaying out the bathroom. Now, the bathroom before was a little jumbled, it was a little small. We're gonna rework the walls in here, rework the plumbing, get them a nice finished shower in here, keep the storage room they had, all the while maintaining the workout room that they had at this end of the house.
For insulation, we're gonna be using comfort board directly on the interior of the foundation wall and a comfort bat insulation right in between the studs, 16-inch on center. And that's gonna give us about an R20 overcoat for the basement. It's gonna keep it nice and warm. Today we have the bros coming in to replace the intake and exhaust ABS pipes from the furnace and change it to what we need, PVC.
We've pulled out the old ABS and we've replaced it with the 636. This is what's the new code right now. The code stated that the old ABS, the glue, what was happening, it was coming apart. So that means you're leaking carbon monoxide into the house. So with the new system they came up with, the glues are a lot more adhesive. It doesn't come apart. So that's the point why we have to change it. We don't want to come and test this every year.
Here's a big point of entry for water. They flushed the window right to the concrete here. Virtually impossible to caulk. The metal's expanding here. It's opening up. You got a good 3/16 hole right here. Water's just saying, come on in.
We're pulling out these metal frames that are around the window, and that's structured. If I just pull them out, that brick over top can sink in over time, and that's gonna be an issue. We're gonna be installing a steel lintel above foundation to hold that brick up in place. Install new windows, and what this does is solves the water problems and structural.
We're almost done our framing here. We've got our bulkheads in, our walls up, ready for insulating. The fireplace was our biggest design challenge in this end of the basement. To gain a little more floor space in here and to get the look that we wanted, we knocked the apron off the front of it and the back. So it's a nice, clean, straight to the floor look. What we've done, instead of using a gas unit, which we normally would, we chose to go with 2 electric units. They're gonna pump a lot less heat. You're gonna be able to select the heat you want, and it's gonna be a nice, modern look for what we want down here.
Today is to tear this out completely. It's not functioning. We got water seeping in behind the pad, interlock on screenings that holds water. We have all of our soil grades way above the weeper lines for the bricks, so we're gonna have to take all that down. It's kind of the perfect storm for moisture everywhere, and that's what we want to get rid of.
Weeping holes are necessary so brick or stone houses can breathe and dissipate moisture. In this case, many of these holes in the brick have been covered up, so it's no wonder there's water penetration in the basement. Just think about the exterior envelope of this home and why we need these holes. From interior to exterior, there's drywall, insulation, framing, sheathing, and building wrap. Then there's an airspace of about 1 inch before the brick. That space is there so that if any water does get behind the brick, it can either dissipate or flow down and then out through the weeping holes to the exterior. This helps keep moisture out and the basement dry.
We're gonna tear all the grades down, get it down below the brick line at the concrete and a nice flow away, and it'll be great. That'll solve all water issues.
We're switching the panel today.
That's less work for me.
Yeah, I got
Hang on, up.
level.
How many guys does it take to level a panel, boys?
We're 2 police officers. We're supposed to be pillars of the community. This stuff's not supposed to happen to us. And yet, here we are, right in the middle of this situation.
Imagine how much gall this guy had to attract 2 police officers to take their money.
Yeah, it hurts, you know. There's no other way to describe it. It's a bad place to be.
So we have all our framing done. We have our comfort board up against the wall. We're gonna use our safe and sound to fill the joints. Today I've got my electricians in, I've got my plumbers in, I've got the guys doing the windows. We even have the TV theater surround sound guy running it all the rough in. There's a whole orchestra.
Joe, you measuring off for our pot lights?
Yes, we are. Adam, this red one is gonna be in the way because we're putting the IC cans, those are the big cans, because they're putting insulation.
Okay, I move it. No problem. Thank you. This is why plumbers hate electricians, because you guys are always in our way.
We're replacing some windows, closing up some windows. Issue is the water's actually getting down, filling up, and coming up underneath the metal and dripping down the wall as we see. So I've got my block guys coming in. We're actually gonna cut the metal out, put in a lintel on the outside, supporting the brick up on the outside of the house, supporting structure, and putting in new windows. This way, we're watertight, and we don't have to worry about a steel frame leaking inside the basement.
Now, unfortunately, these steel frames were poured in when they poured the foundation, so they are locked in there very good. It is not an easy job to get these out.
Some of these windows are obscured by the existing deck in the backyard, so we don't need them. We're covering them up from the outside and inside to make sure they don't cause any future problems.
So this is where it gets messy. I have to fix the contractor's mistake, and those are fundamental mistakes that I cannot really understand, quite honestly. What we have here is lack of slope, incorrect pipe diameters. So this will be quite messy again. Once I cut it and remove it, it's not gonna be just water, it's gonna be sewage. I don't suspect this will be pretty. Adam took the safety route out. Instead of cutting the pipe and creating a sort of a splashing effect, he drilled a hole right at the bottom of the lowest spot, and that allows actually water to drain slowly. Obviously, to do that, Adam is equipped with a custom-made outfit that's designed for those purposes only. It is one of the latest trends in the plumbing industry. The only thing is missing is his name and the company logo. Lunch break?
That can be a crappy job, but very necessary. Homeowners don't often think about plumbing. It's mostly behind the walls and out of sight, but it's important to know when you need to upgrade or replace it. In older homes, discolored water could be caused by a buildup of corrosion inside the pipes. So when water passes through, it picks up bits of rust and crap along the way. That's not good. In general, water supply lines can leak, and this can lead to damage to the interior finishes of your home and become a source of mold growth and rot. So you've got to be proactive and pay attention to your plumbing. When it comes to drain pipes, I recommend you have them scoped. That means the camera is sent down the lines and records any issues. If you have an older home, these sewer lines could be cast iron or clay, which can make them more susceptible to breakage, shifting, corrosion, and blockage. Once you get the scoping report, you'll know what the problems are and can make an informed decision about a solution. Do your research, plan ahead, save money.
We've come pretty far. We've broken up the concrete, we removed all the old plumbing, relaid it. Adam sloped the new concrete for a nice drain with no curb. We're laying the Detra heat so we can lay in-floor heating for this bathroom. It's gonna be lovely.
We're giving George and Janice a brand new home theater room. Hopefully it'll be a kind of local hangout to help bring together all the families who were affected by our friendly neighborhood con artist. A lot of people don't think of this, eh? We all want that TV room, that wonderful entertainment system, the man cave.
Yeah.
While you're doing the renovation, wire it all in. Don't do it afterwards. Too many people try and do it afterwards, and you gotta try and hide the cables.
Yeah, it happens quite often, actually.
We're gonna have the TV on this wall?
We're gonna have a TV inside as well, so then we're gonna do some in-wall speakers on each side, and then same with the center below. Subwoofer and two-row speakers in the ceiling. The fact that it's so well insulated is gonna sound incredible inside here.
Before we lowered the grade, we saw water penetrating from underneath because it was literally dripping down the wall. Concrete, when you look at this, is 100% porous. It's the #1 product in your home that will absorb the most amount of moisture. To cover up the ugliness that we see on the concrete here, which is why they did it in the first place, we're gonna put a waterproof membrane, not only on top, wrap it down in front and against the wall. That'll allow us to make it watertight underneath.
So after 9 hours of battling, we made the connections, we fixed all the plumbing problems. This was really hard. It was frustrating. It was, I want to obviously make sure I maintain my level of quality and make sure I fix it. I don't want to repeat the mistakes that the previous contractor did, whether it was intentional or unintentional. Challenges that I was facing, tight space, difficulty of removal of the existing plumbing was a pain in the butt. But I also had to deal with sewage, waste that's been accumulating over the years due to lack of slope. A handshake?
No.
No?
No, I can see the poo on your shirt. Okay.
She cannot be a plumber.
So we're just getting ready to put the facing on this pad. Now the pad itself has a nice, gentle slope out, but it's deformed down on this end. So what I've done is just braced up some wood here, so we'll be correcting this end of the pad, beefing it up with the slurry mix, so we have a consistent flat top, so nice flow out away from the house, and it'll clean it up nicely.
Next step, simple. We start drywalling. And when we get to the drywall, you know what? We're on finishing stages.
I got it. That's part of my party trick.
Doing what we do for a living, we understand that there's always a stigma attached to any type of victim crime. As shameful and as embarrassing as it is for us, and I understand it's like that for everybody, you have to have the strength to come forward to talk about your situation and to deal with it.
At this point, we've got all our board up on the walls. We're gonna concentrate on the tiles, the bathroom, the bar area. I'm in here ahead of everybody else. I'm gonna lay the Dietrich heat, get our tile layout ready to go. We can start on the floor, then work our way up the walls.
This is really coming together. On this side, this is the creme de la creme for the kids. This is gonna be a little hockey rink. So this is kind of cool. The floor is gonna be done and look like an ice rink. Just so the kids can come down, we're gonna put some protection board up on the wall to be able to slap their pucks around. On the other side of the room here, we're gonna have a gym, and this is really for mom and dad. This size of a basement really allows us to do all kinds of things. Have that entertaining area, the bar. The kind of basement I'd like. You know, this is, well, then again, I designed it. We've removed the old hot water heater and put in a new one. I wanted direct vent outside. That's the 636 piping. It's today's codes. Take the furnace, do a direct vent outside, and pull it out of the chimney the way it used to be done. And the reason we're gonna do this is because if you put off-gassing through the chimney, there's always a possibility of a cool air coming back down that chimney and bringing those gases inside the house. By doing a direct vent, this doesn't happen. Right now, the chimney's in good shape. I'm gonna say leave it, but if you ever redo the roof, pull out the chimney.
Right now I'm laying down river rock tile in our shower pan. It's a little difficult because we're doing our wall tile, so everything has to be level, and so we have to build up, and this whole row has been a little bit tricky, messy, but it'll look good in the end anyway.
We are ready now for the installation of the window. The next step is to put the membrane. We're gonna do a dry fit, make sure everything's fit right. And then at that point, what we're gonna do is just install it, shim it, foam it, seal it, and walk away.
Adam chose some pretty funky colors down here, and I like it. That's my kind of colors, the black accent throughout the TVs, the trim, the doors.
We're using a flat black here. But if the black you're using has any sort of sheen to it, it's a semi, a satin, or a gloss, you have to make very sure that you're using proper rolling technique, because black is very unforgiving. So it will show your roller technique if it's not completely correct. The technique I use is I apply the paint in a W and I work left to right. You can go right to left, it doesn't matter, as long as you're working one way and you're not going over the paint. Don't back roll.
Two days to go, we have all the flooring coming in, the last little touch-ups. You know what, it's army of people, everyone's moving. I'm excited. Some people may think, oh, he's adding in all kinds of extra stuff. Well, the pool table, yes, a couple little things, but let's talk about the porch for a minute. It wasn't just making that watertight. The front door was an old door. There was water penetration signs around the framing. That's why we replaced the door. It's not just about the looks, that's just a bonus in the end. We've closed off the old fireplace flue at the top and bottom so we don't have to worry about the warm air being driven up that chimney, and now we can finish it off with a nice ceramic tile.
With the decision to put in an electric fireplace here instead of a gas fireplace, we eliminated any need to worry about combustibles or clearances with that, anything to do with venting. It allowed us to use any material we wanted on the fireplace itself. Aesthetically, we chose this. It's gonna give us the look and feel we want for this basement.
So we're just doing plant layout now. Once we get everything in, laid out, just make sure, you know, we got even spacing.
We've been addressing landscaping issues that have contributed to the water infiltration in the basement. We've regraded so the earth slope runs away from the house to allow water runoff. Previously, the homeowners had their plants right up against the house. That's just like watering your structure. To eliminate water pooling beside the foundation, John is planting further away from the house, and he's adding mulch, which will keep soil in place and retain that rainwater. Another simple thing to do is clear all gutters of leaves and debris so rainwater can flow easily to the downspouts, which should extend as far away from the house as possible. In the winter, always remove snow from the decks or sidewalks so it's not up against the siding or the brick. Take these steps to keep your basement dry and warm.
Well, we got all the walls finished, the boards are done. We're just gonna lay this hockey floor in now. Hard plastic, it's gonna be easy to cut, it's gonna be durable, it's gonna simulate ice, so when they're shooting the ball or puck or having fun down here doing whatever they're gonna do, it's gonna be durable and it's gonna last long.
We're really excited about this basement here for George and Janice. What we came into was an empty basement, so it gave us an opportunity to focus more on what we could actually give them in the end. And in this case, it's something we've never done before.
All right, hockey! Break it out, break it out! Come on, get in the box! Come on, Ref! Drop it! Get in there! Come on, Ref! Oh. Come on!
Today is the big day. I'm really looking forward to showing Janice and George how we made it right. Good to see you, George.
Mike.
Janice, I'll give you a hug.
Again.
Good to see you. Oh, come on up.
Holy moly, brother.
Wow.
Well, this is the reason you called me here was really the leak from the front porch, right? Which
Yes.
turned into, I built you a new house. I'm kidding. It's a shame with the contractor that conned everyone out of 15 million.
Yes, 15 million.
That's a lot of money. Took about 300,000 from you both. That's
Yes.
a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And that hurts. So my guys have done a lot of work here to try and compensate and make you feel good about what's happened here. So there may be some surprises here. But taking a look at the front porch, this is the way it should have been. You notice now that front porch is definitely up off the ground. We've got that grading all down. Nice little bed of just shrubs and not trees against the house that want to get down to that weeping tile.
It's beautiful.
Looks great.
This is beyond my expectations. That's curb appeal. Whereas before,
good words.
Not so much.
Good words. Very much curb appeal. It wasn't ugly before, it just wasn't proper. It was clear that being up so high, especially up on the brick, I mean, the earth was, what, 3 bricks up? That's just too high against the house. We want to see the foundation. But by dragging all that back and keeping that rundown, we now know that all that water is going to run in the direction it's supposed to, down on the street, and it's not going to come back inside your home. As a matter of fact, we've had an awful lot of rain in the last 11 weeks.
Yes, we
and
have.
we have not had a drop in the cold room.
That's awesome.
Wow.
You want to see the inside?
Absolutely. Oh, God.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Not bad, eh?
Not bad.
I'd have to say it's not bad. This looks phenomenal.
Wow.
Love the fireplace.
Beautiful. I've never seen a fireplace like that before. That's absolutely beautiful.
Got your pool table.
That looks phenomenal. I was wondering what we were going to do with this side of the house.
One of the main reasons we're here, cold room. We'll take a quick look, get this out of the way. So nice and simple. We just turned it back to the way it's supposed to be. It's concrete, shelf on each side. So let's not waste our time in here. I want to show you so many other things.
Holy moly.
Wow. That is so nice. Wow.
So this was a great idea that Adam had. Let's turn this area into a bar area, social area.
This is phenomenal.
George used a very specific word, phenomenal. I don't think he could find anything else. He just went phenomenal. Wine fridge.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. My eye went right there.
You like that? So you saw the doors, you saw the fireplace, you saw the wine fridge.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're gonna like what's behind that door.
Oh my God.
Holy.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. This is unbelievable.
Smell the popcorn.
Not just a lot of love went in here, but a lot of professional work has been in here. Surround sound speakers in the back ceilings, your two left and right, and beside TV, subwoofer in the corner.
And the light fixtures are beautiful. Really, really nice.
The lighting, it's definitely theater room
Love
lighting,
it.
but I do have more to show you. Wow. Ready?
We're ready.
Come on.
Wow.
Your furnace room. New hot water heater, direct vented. We fixed up a lot of your ductwork. We fixed everything. We've got a nice rubber floor on it. Great for storage. Even painted the walls. Doesn't that look good? Little things that we do. Wow. So what do you think's in that door?
Well, it used to be a bathroom.
Do you want to see what's in there now?
Absolutely. Whoa.
Wow.
Holy.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm a little jealous.
I don't blame you.
Holy
This
cow.
is absolutely beautiful.
Adam actually picked all the tile, picked the stone look, picked the layout.
From the before to this, it's unbelievable.
So I have to show you this because Adam did this on purpose. The lighting he put against the wall so it cascades down the wall. Very sexy lighting.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. This is phenomenal.
If I had $1 for every time I heard George say phenomenal, it would have paid for the basement.
Wow.
Wow.
So this is actually for you two.
Vision-wise, this is almost identical to what we expect. Not expected from you, but we expected from our first contractor. This is what we wanted.
And while you're working out, your boys can actually, if you want to turn around, your boys have a little...
Wow.
Do you know, Mike?
Wow.
My guy has been crying for something like this.
This is perfect.
Wow.
This is a lot of love. So we chose a floor, okay? We have real hard plywood on the walls here with an epoxy coating on top so they can actually use a puck if they'd like. We have a penalty box, storage room, or hockey room.
I think I've gone from having 2 kids to about 30 kids because everybody will want to be playing in this basement now.
I get that.
And hanging out. To finally see the completed product, to actually call it our own, it's unbelievable. It leaves you speechless, man.
We're so grateful. And words just can't express just how grateful we are.
Even in our line of work, we're supposed to be the ones that people come towards us for a lot of faith and a lot of help. But in reality, sometimes we need help as well. And Mike is just the person who helped us out in this situation. It's overwhelming to see the generosity that you put forward to help us specifically. Buddy, that deserves a hug, man. Thanks, man. This finally puts a cap on it, and we can finally move on.
Well, I'm not gonna be left out. Thank you so much.
You have the wine fridge. I'm kidding.
I can't wait for our friends and our family to come and see it and enjoy it almost as much as we will because we don't want them there all the time. We'll never get rid of people.
All right, let's get a big
What people don't realize is when we have a con that takes from so many people, from so many families, from a group of people that know each other. As a matter of fact, he was part of that group. They steal their lives. They steal their family. They steal their trust. What I want to do is bring my family in, my kids, my crew, everyone around me, all the subs. And I want to make this a family thing again. I want to bring it back and forget about what happened yesterday and move on with today. You look awful comfortable.
I'm a little tired.
You're a little tired? You got to move all this insulation inside?
I've done about a quarter of what we have outside. I need a break.
Is that what you're doing?
This is what currently I'm moving back to insulation.